I've been tasked with making remarks on behalf of the courts and behalf of the judiciary. I know that I am speaking regarding Judge E.J. Salcines. And while he is most deserving of that title, and he is certainly very honorable, if not the most honorable man I've had the chance to meet in my life, he has always been and will always be E.J. I want to start with a personal moment, if you'll indulge me. In 1983, I walked into the building right behind here, the courthouse annex, and started my legal career as a young assistant state attorney. Today, I stand here as chief judge of this circuit. I would not be here in this position if it were not for E.J., the man who gave me and so many other young men and women that first legal job. Looking back on his years as state attorney, he was so far ahead of his time. He addressed diversity when no one knew what diversity was. He served us all as state attorney with honor and with dignity. I would urge all of you to go inside and see the new display of photographs that our current state attorney, Andrew Warren, has put up inside this building, which display all of the elected prosecuting attorneys of this county. It begins so appropriately with a picture of E.J. Let me talk about Judge Salcines. E.J. was and is a brilliant jurist. I would urge you to seek out and read his published opinions. He writes, naturally, in a very scholarly manner, but he is concise and on point. Most importantly to me, as a trial court judge, he never once degraded or embarrassed the lower court in reversing a decision. He practiced the much appreciated art of referring to the lower court, even if they did something totally off keel, as the learned trial judge. And that's always been appreciated by the members of the trial bench. But Judge Salcines' impact was not limited to the Second District Court of Appeals, where he served with honor and distinction. His impact and reputation as a respected jurist was statewide. I had the opportunity to make a presentation many years ago at a District Court of Appeals judges conference. I arrived early, and the question I got from all of those appellate judges, from Pensacola to Jacksonville to Orlando to Miami to Key West, all of these judges from all over the state, is E.J. coming? Where is E.J.? What time is he getting here? He would make his entrance in the morning carrying his guava pasteles for everybody. And then in the evening would supply, would supply the cigars, and I believe it was either Carlos Mendoza or Gran Duque de Alba. I can't recall exactly what it was. And he would preside over the far-reaching legal decisions and legal discussions of the evening. He was respected by his colleagues and brought his signature, friendship, and love to those occasions. I had the opportunity last week to be in Tallahassee and met with Chief Justice George Labarga, who was very regretful that he could not be here and attend this ceremony in person, but who sent a brief personal letter, which, if you'll indulge me, I'll read to you at this time. Dear Judge Salcines, people who spend their lifetime serving their communities are likely to end up with a lot of honors and accolades, and sometimes a bronze statue. This is something that you know firsthand, for you have received awards from kings, university presidents, legal organizations, and civic groups. And today, the people of your community will show their regard for your service as a prosecutor, appellate judge, and Tampa historian by dedicating a life-size statue of you in front of the Hillsborough County Courthouse. Although I cannot attend the ceremony, please accept my congratulations and the congratulations of the entire Supreme Court for this remarkable honor. In closing, on behalf of all of the state court judges in Florida, 992 of us, from Chief Justice George Labarga and all of the Supreme Court justices, from the judges of the District Courts of Appeal, and from the judges of the Circuit and County Courts of Florida, I am humbled, boss, to convey our sincere congratulations to you on this most deserved honor. We are proud that you are a member of the judicial branch of government. We are proud that this beautiful and impressive statue that we are about to unveil captures this important part of your career in life. your service as a judge and will stand before this courthouse building. Judge Salcines, we admire you, we respect you, we treasure you, and most importantly, todos te queremos. We all love you.
Thank you, Judge Figueroa, for your heartfelt sentiments. I'm privileged to welcome to the podium the Honorable Sandra Merman, member of the Hillsborough County Board of County Commissioners, District 1. Commissioner Merman.
Oh, good afternoon, everybody. I had no idea we would have so many people here. This is half the city, I think. So it's really fitting, though. It's a fitting tribute. And, of course, I'm honored to be here today. But more than anything, I'm proud to represent our Board of County Commissioners to really recognize his outstanding leadership in the community, his whatever, all the contributions he has made, but he's just an outstanding citizen for our city and our county. We do thank you very much. Thank you. EJ put his heart and soul into all the work he did in the justice system. But his real contributions, I think, have been with mentoring young people. And it's so fitting to have this statue here because all these young people that walk into this courthouse are going to walk by this statue and they're going to remember the contributions you made and try and live up to your legacy. And that is a fantastic contribution and inspiration for them in their work and what they're doing. And when I think of E.J. Salcines, I think of his commitment to diversity and inclusion. As son of this thing is just not going to work. As son of immigrants from Spain, he recognized the importance of diversity and inclusion, not only in the justice system, but in our whole county as a whole. For the justice system to be fair and just, it must represent all individuals, regardless of race, sex, or physical abilities. And his hiring practices and all the positions he's had really reflect that. As you'll see in this beautiful piece of art, as you soon will see, E.J. Salcines is an approachable man, always has been. If you ever see him out somewhere, he'll come right up to you and he will give you a hug and tell you how much he loves you as a person. I'll tell you, that's honorable. And he loves to share his stories with anyone willing to listen. And I will say this, just make sure you have plenty of time. But he speaks so well, and his famous skills as an orator has benefited this community in so many ways for many years, and just because he spreads the good word. He spreads the good word of diversity and sound justice for all of the people here in the county. He has an amazing knowledge of history, and he is keeping the rich history of Tampa and Hillsborough County alive today. He does lectures. The article he writes, his famous coffee talks, and if you haven't been to one of those, you need to go. He is just an important part, you're an important part of our history. And your life is an inspiration to all of us, and it's fitting that this likeness of you will stand here outside this county courthouse for the general public and for the members of the legal profession to see and really admire. I do want to thank you on behalf of our Hillsborough County Board of County Commissioners and all the employees at the county for your service to our county and our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Merman. I'd like to remind everyone before we continue that after the unveiling, our bagpiper, Senor Prado, will lead us to the reception at the Fred Carl County Center, sponsored by the George Edgecombe Bar Association and the Tampa Hispanic Bar Association. The county center is just across the street. Before introducing our next speaker, I ask you to join me in recognizing another person who is widely admired and who merits our recognition today. Would you please stand and face the audience? Elsa Salcines. Please remain standing. Elsa Salcines, Judge Salcines' wife, for 57 years, has been the keeper of home and hearth, the consummate organizer, the left-brained engineer, and these days, the preserver of the voluminous Salcines archive. In short, she is the backbone of the Salcines juggernaut. Mrs. Salcines, you are highly accomplished and so highly esteemed by all of us. Bravo. Now, our next speaker is widely admired, but we're not going to give him flowers. He is the leader of the council and of the city, Tampa's mayor, the Honorable Mayor Bob Buckhorn.
First of all, to the Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Committee, many of whom you see here, thank you. This was a labor of love for all of you, and I know on behalf of this community we are grateful for your efforts, and I know the Salcines family is grateful as well. I have to tell you a little story. When I first started out in politics many, many, many years ago, in the first campaign I ran in, I asked EJ and I asked Elvin Martinez for their endorsement. And EJ and Elvin Martinez wrote a letter on my behalf to all of the precincts in West Tampa. And on election day, as I was standing there, no one knew who I was. I was this Irish kid from somewhere else and, you know, had been adopted. But no one knew who I was, really. So I would be standing out in front of that precinct, and as they would come in, I would shake their hands, and I would say, ma'am, can you tell me who you're voting for? And they would hold up that letter, and they would say, Bubba Horn. Because I had gotten the blessing from the Pope of West Tampa. So for those of you that have liked what I've done, thank EJ. For those of you who don't, too bad. You know, this is a great day, and this is an opportunity to honor somebody who, to me, particularly not being from here, embodies everything that is great about Tampa. It embodies that immigrant story. It embodies that willingness of a people who came here oftentimes with nothing more but the shirts on their back, not speaking the language, not knowing the culture. They came to a place called America, and they came to a city called Tampa. And they built this amazing place that we call home. The very foundation upon which we stand as a community. And with all the amazing things that are happening today to us, we've become that city of destiny and that city of hope, that place where the best and the brightest want to come and be a part of. But it was built on a foundation of families like Salcines and many of you. You are the foundation upon which we stand, and we can't ever forget it. And I've never seen that spirit of America, that spirit of those immigrant families, embodied better than anybody else but E.J. Salcines. He recognizes how grateful he is to this country. He recognizes how grateful he is to this community. He knows that it's never about him, it's about us collectively. He recognizes that, yes, as we've been blessed, we must be a blessing to others. And as this city rises and prospers, we have an obligation to lift. E.J. Salcines has lifted his entire life. He lifted those young students. He lifted those young attorneys. He lifted those folks who, in their time of need, needed a hand. Never, ever wanting to be recognized. Never asking to be thanked. Only asking the opportunity to do it again and again and again. Formal ceremonies don't do justice to E.J. Salcines. What does justice to E.J. Salcines is that heartfelt and unspoken affection in the lives of the people he's touched. Every time you walk by this statue, I want you to be reminded, not as an example of EJ's power, but as an example of EJ's life and the power of EJ's example. This represents the best of Tampa. This is our patron saint. This is why this is an amazing place. It's because of people like EJ Salcines. It's nuestro historia. He's our EJ. He's a community treasure. It doesn't matter how long you've known him. What you see in EJ is everything that we should aspire to be. Ladies and gentlemen, EJ Salcines.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Now that he's called me the Pope, you can call me Your Holiness if you wish. Bob Buckhorn is something very, very special to this community, and we are very lucky to have him as our leader. Let's hear it for Bob Buckhorn. I can't begin to thank all of you that are here. Consider that I'm looking at you eyeball to eyeball and I'm saying thank you for being here. Thank you for honoring me. But more especially, I'm telling each and every one of you, I value the friendship that we share with one another for so many years. I'm so grateful not only to Donna and Maria and the members of the Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Council. I'm especially grateful to the sculptor, Steve Dickey, who gave me some more hair, took off all my wrinkles, and took off those 20 pounds that I've been wanting to lose for the last 15 years. Can you imagine the bagpiper traveling almost 12 and a half hours by plane to get to Tampa from our sister city in northern Spain, the city of Oviedo? Vicente, gracias Vicente. Praviano, te queremos mucho. When Bob Buckhorn called me and told me that they were going to erect a statue of me in front of the courthouse, it was an eerie feeling. I paused a moment and I said, really? I paused another moment and then this question came out from my marrow. Do I have to die first? Sandy Friedman, our former mayor, Pam Iorio, our former mayor, were quick to send their congratulations. I wish that my longtime buddy Billy Poe was here, former Mayor Billy Poe, to share this moment. But I'm so glad that the new mayor of Temple Terrace is here. I will be swearing her in the next few days. And I'm so glad that former Plant City Mayor Mike Sparkman is here with us. And Judge Figueroa, you were very, very kind. I know you speak for all the judges, but Judge LaRose and Judge Silberman are here also from our sister court, the District Court of Appeal, and I have been blessed by serving with them on that court. I'm so pleased that they're here. I'm especially pleased that the dean of the EJU has traveled 1,000 miles to be here. So I'm honored that Admiral Guter is here. But I'm also very, very pleased that my dear friend, Major General Chris Cortez of the U.S. Marine Corps is here. General and Admiral, you honor us with your service and your presence. I'm indebted to you all forever. I've got to tell you how emotional I am about this event. I've received plaques, I've received honorary doctorate degrees, I've received recognitions, but a live statue? It's too much to fathom. I mean, I'm really emotional about this, and I'm very, very grateful. I'm especially pleased that you all selected this plaza, this courthouse plaza, for the Salcines statue. Those of you that are not lawyers may not know the significance of this courthouse lobby. This is before they built the annex, before they built the South Tower, before they built the North Tower, before they built the beautiful George Edgecombe courthouse. This was our courthouse. This was the only courthouse we had when I became a lawyer in 1963. Those of you that may not understand how long ago that was 1 week before John F. Kennedy was assassinated. All the young lawyers would arrive here before 8 o'clock. We would all walk into this lobby. We would meet the old-timers. The bench and bar was very small, but the bench and bar would meet here in this lobby. The blind man would sell us the coffee, and we would get to meet lawyers and judges. The old-timers quickly knew which of us were the young lawyers. Ours were shiny briefcases. Their briefcases were all full of marks and scratches, but they would see us walk in with our brand new shiny briefcase, mostly leather. And one of the old-timers would say to the other one, "Man, does he look young. Do you think he's in junior high school?" We met all of the lawyers that knew how to try cases. They would tell us, "I'm going to be on the 3rd floor, courtroom number so-and-so. You can watch me. I've got a medical examiner. I'm going to cross-examine that medical examiner." Or another one would say, "I have a preliminary hearing." Another one would say, "I have a personal injury case." So we would go into the courtroom to watch these masters. So the placing of this statue here is historic. It's significant. It's right in front of Madison Street. If you don't know the significance of Madison, you forgot that when you were taking civics, they told you that the father of the U.S. Constitution was Madison. So I'm going to be here welcoming all the young lawyers. And our Bar Association has sure changed its face. It's no longer a lily white profession. Now you have a variety reflecting the community completely. When I started, you could count women in the law in one hand and have one finger too many. You could count the black lawyers, African Americans. There were 2. You had 3 fingers left over. So our Bar Association has really changed for the better. Today, this is a reflection of our community. To every one of you that's here, thank you. Some of you have had a more significant role in my life. Of course, my wife and my daughters who are here, Emily and Ellen, and their spouses. But also, we've had Elise and Nancy, my 2 distinguished research assistants, who those opinions that I wrote made me look smart. And my trusted longtime secretary, Susie. Many of you have known them. I could not be here without the support and encouragement of these women. Every single one of you has had people in your life who have helped you. Nobody makes it on their own. When you're about to fall, God bless, there's someone that helps you. When you want to quit the race, someone whispers in your ear, don't quit now, you can make it. When you think that all the odds are against you and there's no way you can succeed, there's someone that says, come on, you can do it. So all of us owe many, many thank yous to those that have helped us along the way. I, for one, will close with this very genuine feeling from the very bottom of my heart. Never, never in the history of mankind has one man owed so much to so many. To each of you, God bless you and thank you very, very much.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Notice more hair. Viva Traviano!